everybody. We are back again, and we're just going to do a little college football recap.
We're gonna the bowl game recap that's happened.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little bowl game recap, and just close up the season here for us.
Sadly, this is the end.
Yeah, this is the end, and we're just going to recap the ranked games too. We're not going to recap all 182 bowl games that there were.
Yeah, but, that would be really hectic.
Yeah, because there's a bowl game for everybody these days. There's a mac and cheese bowl game, cornflake bowl game. There's bowl games for everybody. So we're just gonna run over just real quickly the ranked games, starting with the first ranked game we had was actually there was actually a ranked team played on December the 15th. On the first few games, there was actually
Fresno State against Herm Edwards,
Arizona
Sun Devils.
State. And Arizona State had a surprisingly pretty good little year. I mean, for his first year there, but Fresno State was a little bit too much for him.
Yeah, their offense.
The Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs' offense was a little bit too much for them. They pulled out the win, 31-20. So again, that wasn't a bad.
That was not. Congratulations to Fresno State on their solid season.
On their solid season. And then we'll jump. There wasn't another ranked game until December the 26th. We had Boston College at Boise State. And actually, we didn't have that game because it was canceled.
Yeah.
There was some bad weather.
Screw that weather, right?
How about practicing and getting ready for the bowl game? You travel to the bowl game and you're sitting there and
then it gets canceled.
Bye. See you later. I mean, that would be weird, wouldn't it? That would be. So Smurfs.
The Smurfs didn't even get to finish the bowl game this year.
No, so we will jump on over to December the 28th, where we started having some regular games, some regular ranked games. We had West Virginia, Will Greerless.
Yeah, he's left for the NFL draft.
So he didn't even play. So
and
they played Syracuse.
Also Dana Holmgren's last game as West Virginia's head coach.
Why did he West? Now they got their butt handed to him pretty good. Syracuse beat them 34-18. I might have left after that too and went to Houston.
Good luck in Houston, Dana Holmgren.
So West Virginia's going to probably struggle next year. Brand new coach, brand new quarterback. They're probably going to struggle a little bit. But Syracuse, congrats to Syracuse for winning the Camping World Bowl.
Yes.
We'll jump on down to the same day on December 28th. We had the Valero Alamo Bowl.
Oh, that's a classic name.
That is. The Alamo Bowl is a classic. Iowa State at Washington State's how they show it. Washington State pulled out the game 28-26.
The Mad Pirate pulls out a surprise season.
So it was he had a really good season. He did.
And not to mention, Iowa State also had the past 2 seasons have had probably some of the best football that the program's ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure did. Now let's talk about somebody that didn't have a good season. Where the Mad Pirate had that surprising season. How about somebody who had a letdown at the end?
Who is it?
Florida at Michigan. How about them old Wolverines tanking the last 2 games? I mean, they got tanked.
Jim Harbaugh.
Florida rolled them 41-15.
They got chomped.
So Ohio State laid the whooping on them, and then they got a month. They got a month to.
They got chomped by Florida.
They got chomped by Florida. 41. That was actually a little surprising. I thought the Michigan might have a little bit of bounce back. A little fight, a little punt. No.
It seemed like Ohio State sucked all the juice out of that carton.
They beat the crap out of them.
Oh yeah, they sucked all the juice out of that baby quick.
It went downhill quick.
It was brutal.
It was brutal. And then also on the 29th, we had the first 2 of our playoff games for the top 4. We had Notre Dame, Clemson.
That was just a beatdown.
That was a mismatch.
That was a total, complete mismatch from start to finish.
You could tell on the field the difference in even size of players. Just Notre Dame didn't have the size or the strength or the speed that
Clemson had.
And it did make you question, would Georgia have been better at number 4? Because they definitely had that better players. Georgia Clemson might have been a better game.
Yeah, Georgia did take Alabama did battle Alabama close in the SEC championship game.
So Clemson mowed right through Notre Dame, and then after that we had Oklahoma
getting mowed by Alabama.
And the score was 45-34, but it was worse than that. Alabama sort of laid the whoop on them pretty bad
those
too.
playoff games were kind of disappointing when you look at it because you expected some competition. Some grit and grind competition between the supposed 4 best teams in the country.
Honestly, there was all of the playoff games sort of let down a little bit, but we'll get to the final here in a minute. We had Missouri, ranked number 23, played Okie State in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. The Liberty Bowl is a name. Missouri fell flat on that one, 38-33.
Way to send Drew Lock off to the draft, guys. Way to go.
Yeah, Missouri's going to be luckless next year.
But they did get a recruit.
Yes, so they are a lucky team.
So they did get Kelly Bryant.
They picked up Kelly Bryant from Clemson. Clemson transferred and went there. So
that could be a marriage that
at least last 1 year.
At least last one season.
Yeah. Another ranked game on the 31st. We had Northwestern at Utah, and Northwestern finished up a decent year at 31-20.
Well, when you think of Utah. Northwestern, you don't think of athletic success.
No, it's more of an intellectual school, but
the past few seasons have seen some sort of
they've
spunk.
Had a little fire, a little spunk.
They've had success.
Mm-hmm. The last one on the 31st, we had NC State at Texas A&M. Texas A&M opened a can of whoop on them too, 52-13.
Dear heavens.
39 points. If NC State played for 3 games, they wouldn't have had 39 points. The 13. Yeah, if they played for 3 games, they would have had 39 and still lost by 13. That was a butt whipping. That was the TaxSlayer Gator Bowl.
And
Good old Gator Bowl. So congrats to Jimbo Fisher finishing out strong. See, that's actually a good sign if you got 3-4 weeks to prepare for a game and you crush somebody.
That shows you got
that's coaching.
That's coaching.
That's coaching.
Texas A&M has a very bright future.
We had Mississippi State on January 1st on the New Year's Day bowl games. Mississippi State played Iowa. Iowa snuck one out at the end, 27-22. That was a good, evenly matched game.
Way to send out Nick Fitzgerald in his last game.
Well, we had a lot of senior quarterbacks going on an L, didn't they? Here, take this L and go on out.
Most of them didn't even play, or they just took L's.
Now, on one of the most looked forward to games, the most talked about games, LSU at UCF. Last year's national champions,
quote unquote,
had to play a good team this year. Now, actually, UCF put up a fight.
To my utmost surprise, because I thought LSU, with all the talent they got on their roster, and Mr. Louisiana man,
LSU did really overmatch them. UCF, I think LSU got ahead and felt good, and then UCF came back. But LSU still beat 40-32.
So
but it was a really fun game.
Oh,
it was a really fun game.
UCF's first loss in a while.
Yeah.
So no national championship.
No national championship this year. No, they got an L on their record. So
yeah.
And then we had Kentucky playing Vanderbilt. Oh, I'm sorry, Penn State. Same head coach. So Kentucky played Penn State, and
James Franklin.
James Franklin took another L. Kentucky had great running back, great defensive player. They went out on a high note. They went out 27-24, and they took down Penn State. So those 2 players will be in the NFL off of Kentucky next year. So
it's interesting because you don't think of Kentucky as a football program.
They've got they don't pump them out as much.
I think this was their first 10-win season, and
that's in 1977, wasn't it?
Holy mother of heavens!
Their best season since '77. Yeah. Next year,
they
got a great head coach now. I don't think they're going to be weak next year. Even losing the good players.
Maybe bowl eligible.
They'll be bowl. If they get to that 6-7 wins next year, then I still think that they're bowl eligible. Because they got a great coach, and a great coach keeps a great program, and a great program.
Of course, he's related to Bob Stoops, Oklahoma legend.
Bob Stoops' brother. He's not a bad coach. After that, we had Washington at Ohio State, and again, that was a good, entertaining Rose Bowl game there.
The winner of the Pac-12 playing the winner of the Big Ten.
Yeah, the Pac-12 was weak this year, though.
Oh, yes. It was awful.
But Washington gave him a game. Ohio State won 28-23. So Ohio State was wishy-washy in the middle.
That was Urban Meyer's last game.
How about that? Urban Meyer gone. People are actually picking that within 2 years he's going to be the USC's head coach. He just goes from Power 5 to Power 5, picking the best team out of the Power 5 and taking them over. The reason I say that is the Pac-12 is so weak right now, he could go in there and take that over and not have a lot of competition. So if Urban Meyer's at USC after he suddenly starts feeling better in a couple of years, don't be surprised.
That's going to be some angry Buckeye fans.
Florida got over it. I guess they will too. And another really good game, we had Texas playing Georgia. I think Georgia was on a little bit of a letdown about losing the championship game, but Texas
they just looked bad.
They looked bad. Texas beat them 28-21.
Oh man, that's not gonna feel good for Georgia coming into the offseason.
No,
just getting horned by the Longhorns.
In the Sugar Bowl, yeah. So, yeah, they took it down pretty bad. And then the last game of the year.
The most surprising result.
The biggest surprise of the year, Alabama got whipped, dude.
They got just destroyed.
Got their butt handed to. I am not a Clemson fan, but I am definitely not an Alabama fan. And watching Alabama get dismantled.
One of the rarest things you could probably see.
It brought me some joy. It did.
Oh,
Bama fans got some butt kicking there. I mean, come on. You just don't see that. Alabama may lose, but it's normally on a kick six, or a miracle play, or by 6 points.
Yeah,
man,
or
they got the butt kicked, dude. It was
not even close. There was only one moment where the game was even close.
They scored 16 points in the first quarter. How many points did they score the rest of the game?
Goose egg.
Not a point, dude.
And how many points did Clemson put on the board?
44. Now, it was 17-16, 18-16
Dear God, that is brutal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you know what? They brought in Hurts, and no, they didn't either. They left Hurts on the bench.
Yeah, why did they leave Hurts on the bench? They used that tactic last year, and they switched quarterbacks, and it worked.
Change the momentum. They prepare for one quarterback. They're not ready for the one that you bring in.
Now, I wonder why in the heck Saban would keep Tua in there if he was struggling, which is something that rarely happened.
Yeah, Tua struggled mightily. I know he went through so many injuries in the last 3 or 4 games. I think that played a big part. But they don't have to worry about Hurts sitting on the bench anymore.
He's going to Oklahoma.
He's going to the Sooners. Yep, he's going over to the Sooners because their quarterback, Murray,
he's going to the NFL draft.
To the NFL draft.
Or the Major League Baseball.
I mean, how about picking? Let's see. Do I want to go play baseball and make $1 million or football and make millions of dollars? Let's see who wants to pay me the most. I mean, that's what the boy's doing. He's super talented. You can't say nothing
about it. To recap that game, that was just... If you wanted to see Alabama just get wrecked in every single facet.
Dismantled.
And just get embarrassed.
That was embarrassing. But joy, again, I mean, it's almost a little...
Well, as Tennessee natives,
as Tennessee fans, that was pretty.
That was
I'm not a Clemson fan, though. I wish it would have been somebody else that did it to him, because I'm not a Clemson fan
either.
And
ironically, to think that Alabama, this team that we've said all year long...
will not be the favorite next year. Clemson has to be the favorite, dude. I mean, they got the quarterback. That is Peyton Manning part now.
Trevor Lawrence. I didn't know
that's what kind of hype this kid's got now. He may be the next quarterback. I
didn't know who the heck he was actually when he came in.
No.
I thought he was just going to act like a freshman quarterback, throw 2 interceptions and just walk out. But that's not what happened at all.
Have stage fright and fall back.
That's not what happened at all.
No, he destroyed them, dude.
He sliced them up. Their secondary was awful. He made their secondary
picked them apart. And honestly, Alabama looked. I'm gonna say this against Saban. I think Saban's the best college coach probably in the history of college coaches. And I don't like Alabama, but Saban is
the GOAT of college football.
Alabama
coaches.
was not prepared.
That's something that never happened.
Saban did not have those boys ready to play. No.
Especially given the magnitude of this game.
You don't score 16 points in the first quarter and then sit and do absolutely nothing the rest of the game. If you're prepared, they were not prepared to handle what Clemson had. They were not prepared. They weren't ready.
Well, of course Clemson's got veterans on both sides of the football, especially on the defensive line.
Now, Clemson's going to lose that defensive line next year. Those boys are going to the draft. They're that good.
Yeah.
So Clemson's going to back off a little bit as far as that go, but you cannot go against Clemson. Clemson should be the pick to win it next year.
Now, here's the next question.
Their offense is young.
Here's the next question I want you to answer, and anyone in the comment section. Is Clemson the next college football dynasty?
Could be. I picked them the next 2 years as the favorites. They could win 3 in a row. I think that their quarterback Lawrence probably wins the Heisman next year.
I mean,
who's going to compete against him? unless there's a pop up somebody like
if
Murray.
Tua comes back,
like Murray beating Tua this year. Murray did not beat Tua this year. Tua should have been the Heisman winner, but somebody popped up on the radar at the right time. So something like might happen like that. But I think he's the Heisman favorite for the next 2 years. He may win back-to-back, first one in a long time. And if Clemson's got to be a favorite, even if they don't make it, they're still the favorite because they got the players.
Full credit to Dabo Swinney here. He's won his second championship in 3 years as Clemson's head coach,
and will be the favorite next year.
So
that's what it is.
You can't give him enough credit for what he has built in Clemson, South Carolina.
The only thing I don't like is all of the good players that's on Clemson, he stole from Tennessee. They were promised to Tennessee at some point, and then went to Clemson. I am salty.
Salt.
Not a Clemson fan because you steal all the people's players that were already committed to somebody else. Don't like that. But I do thank you for bringing me the joy of seeing Alabama get
absolutely
demolished, dude. Just crushed. As a Tennessee fan,
absolutely destroyed.
Bring me down, yeah. But other than that is the end of college football.
Yeah, that's going to be a long wait until it comes back, folks.
9 months and we'll be back with some college football. But we will be back with some more pro football. We still got a couple weeks of pro football, and hopefully about right halfway through the season here, we're going to start doing maybe a little college basketball
and some NBA possibly.
Maybe possibly NBA too. So be sure and check us out. Hit the like button below. Hit the subscribe button. Share us with your friends. Hit the groovy baby button. Other than that, we will see you later. We are out of here.
See you next week, or the next 9 months.
Oh, 9 months. 9 months from now.